Well, I'm joined by the Palestinian ambassador to the UK now, Husam Zomlot. Good evening, Ambassador. What more can you tell us about this incident with Aysenor Eygi?
It's really, really devastating for us, the Palestinian people, the Palestinian leadership, because seeing our people being murdered on a mass scale is something, and also seeing people of moral high grounds, of conscience, like this 26-year-old American who comes to Palestine as a peace activist to help protect, and at the time when her government is failing to protect children from the wrath of Israeli settler terrorism and Israeli army violence, gets shot in her head and succumbs to her wounds. Truly, truly devastating. And it tells you all what you need to know, because nobody can say they didn't know. Israel has been doing this for a long time. It's chronic. And the US keeps saying that they are devastated, that they are appalled. But this is not the first American to be killed, murdered by Israeli soldiers and settlers. Rachel Currie, more than 25 years ago, was killed as she was trying to protect Palestinian children, actually to be precise, in 2003. And not just Americans, also British. Tom Handel, a young 22-year-old British who's a photographer, when trying to cuddle a Palestinian child, was shot in the head again by an Israeli sniper. All that you have followed in the last few months, the aid workers, the World Kitchen, 3 of them is British aid workers.
And Ambassador, I wonder what you make of, we've had statements from, as we just played there, from Secretary of State Antony Blinken. We've also had a statement from the White House calling for an investigation, saying they have asked Israel to answer their questions about this. Is the US doing enough on the situation in the West Bank?
Absolutely not. I mean, calling for Israel to investigate Israel's own war crimes, calling for the war criminals to come up with a verdict about themselves. Look, when an American citizen is killed anywhere else in the world, the U.S. is swift in sending the FBI and sending their own crews in enacting international judicial mechanisms and courts. But always when it comes to Israel, the U.S. is completely impotent. And so is the rest of the West, by the way. And that's why Israel has gotten used to Saima. Israel has gotten used to this utter impunity and killing with complete free hand of peace activists. These youngsters...
Well, they say they will look into it.
They have been saying this for 76 years. You know how many cases? Oh, we are looking into it. And I assure you, next time you and I will be talking about the next peace activist Israel would have murdered. And they would say, they would say we are looking.
Up to date on the situation in Jenin, because Israeli forces have now pulled out of that area.
Yeah, they have pulled out, leaving a tsunami, an earthquake that is man-made by them, complete utter mass murder and mass destruction of the basic infrastructure in the city, including roads, sewage system, water treatment plants, hospitals, schools. They are doing exactly what they're doing in Gaza in Jenin, because never the target is these few youngsters who are completely disenfranchised from the whole political situation. That's not the target.